What if I told you that what you're pursuing in life, whether that's wealth, success, fame, perfect body, is not actually going to bring you happiness and fulfillment? Even though you think when you get there, you're going to have these things, it will be fleeting. And this is something that I've experienced myself. My name's Nick Bannock, and I'm an exited founder. I grew a company. I had a seven-figure exit. So I did grow a business and achieve wealth. Did it make me happy? No, it didn't actually. There was moments of happiness, but most of it was fleeting. I also built a family, had children, all that. Did that make me happy? Yeah, there were moments that made me happy, but then eventually I still got divorced. There was still a void. There were still problems. And what I realized over time is that I was pursuing things, and I've always been an ambitious man, and I knew that I could generate wealth and all that, but it wasn't, I was never addressing the problems that I had with just my own identity, how I actually felt about myself, how I thought about my existence, my connection to the divine, all these things. I just mostly ignored those and I just focused on material gain. I gained wealth and success, and then I focused on different accomplishments and whatnot. But again, I had a void. There was a complete void there, and it led to a lot of feelings of depression, emptiness. And that's why you'll hear people talk about while they were on the journey to something, the journey made them happy and fulfilled. And when they got to the destination, they felt empty, and then they needed to start some other journey. Don't always be seeking. That's the truth here. If you're always seeking, then you're never going to feel the fulfillment. It really comes down to, what is your identity? What is your actual identity, and is it connected to your purpose in life? Most people are going through life not connected to their purpose. And they might say that they have some purpose, and they might try to assign some purpose to themselves or create it, but they haven't truly grounded into feeling if their purpose is actually connected to their identity. And a lot of times, people's identity is something that they don't even examine. They just focus on, oh, I want to be a disciplined person. So they focus on discipline. But they haven't actually worked on their identity to see, well, am I somebody who is actually disciplined? Can I actually embody that and embrace that so that I actually enjoy the process of being disciplined? And these are nuances that all come from neuro-linguistic programming, which is something that I am trained in and that I work with men in doing, is neuro-linguistic programming. But if we go to just some of the ancient wisdom, so if we just take the Bible, which I have one right here, this is the ESV, and I'm going to go to Ecclesiastes, and I'm going to read in here in chapter 5, and I'm just going to read from verse 10. I'm just going to read 10 to 12. He who loves money will not be satisfied with money, nor he who loves wealth with his income. This also is vanity. When goods increase, they increase who eat them, and what advantage has their owner but to see them with his eyes? Sweet is the sleep of a laborer, whether he eats little or much, but the full stomach of the rich will not let him sleep. Now, I think a lot of this here, especially verse 10, is telling you if you are just loving wealth, that doesn't mean that you're going to be satisfied once you have it. I know it because I lived it. I grew a company and had a seven-figure exit. That's wealth. That's more money than a lot of people will ever make. And I'm not saying that to be vain or conceited or whatever. I'm saying that because it's something that I truly experienced, and it didn't do it for me. Yes, I achieved wealth, and then I was not happy. I got divorced after that, not before that, after that, because I was so unhappy in myself, and my partner and I just weren't. My partner at the time, we were not happy. Now, things have changed for me because I did a lot of work. I did a lot of identity work. I'm engaged now, and I have an amazing fiance. I have an amazing relationship with my children. I just got back from a trip to Japan with all of them. Really great experiences, and I have a lot of freedom in my life, and I do value freedom. That is something I do truly value. And so getting to a place of having freedom has actually led to lasting happiness and fulfillment for me. So the wealth was a part of that, but getting to actual freedom is more than just wealth because you have to free your mind. That's a huge part of it. Like, you don't have freedom if you're rich but suffering from anxiety. That's not freedom because you're in a prison of your own mind at that point. I've been there. I've struggled with that. If you don't have love while that you have wealth, that's also not freedom. To have true freedom, you need to be covered financially, living a way that you don't have to worry so much about your finances, experiencing love, experiencing peace, and having the true capabilities to go just do things that you want to do without having to answer to anybody. That's freedom. That brought me happiness and fulfillment in my life. And I've just been so blessed in so many ways to be able to experience it. But I only could do it by working on my identity. Most people almost never work on their identity. They just go through life and their identity is what it is. It's an unconscious thing that they never focus on and they don't even realize why it's holding them back. I've met people that believe that anxiety is just part of who they are and that's part of their identity. And they've just decided to embrace it as an identity characteristic, even though it's not. It's a state of being. It's not even an identity trait. And so, unfortunately, you can craft an identity that is misaligned from your purpose and live with that. And that's what a lot of people do that I meet. I've met many people who are living a very specific way. They have come up with some identity and they believe it to be true. It's who they've embraced themselves to be or whatever. And it's not making them happy and they don't realize that they can do something about it. They don't realize that they can actually find their purpose, connect it to their values and their identity, and live in a way that is fully aligned. Once you start doing that, then you can have success and have it lead to happiness. Now, when I have success financially, it does lead to happiness because the pursuit of what I'm doing is aligned. The outcome of the wealth is also aligned. It is leading to the way that I live with my freedom. I have peace of mind while doing all of it. It's incredibly different. The business that I built that I exited with a 7-figure exit, at points of that journey, I was making an insane amount of money. And it was cool, but I was crippled with anxiety and stress. I talked about this in another video. I had a point of time where I was so stressed out that I had a mass of like just muscles that had all interconnected in my like upper left shoulder blade between like my next to my shoulder blade and my spine. Like I had this area that like massage therapists couldn't even figure out what to do with it. And it was because I had embodied so much stress and anxiety. And yeah, I had all this money. I was paying for top end massage therapists and trying to do all these interventions. None of it was working. Later, when I worked on myself and my identity and I got aligned and had peace of mind, it melted away. I don't even have a problem there anymore. I didn't get it fixed by anybody. I fixed it myself by just allowing my mind and body to eventually relax. It's truly incredible. That's freedom. Because you don't have freedom when you're having issues manifesting in your body. That's not freedom. So this is something that I've found over time. Now, I'm 37. So at the time that I'm recording this, I'll be 38 in the end of May. So I'm getting close to 40. It has taken me over 30 years to realize all this. Like it took me over 30 years. I didn't realize a lot of this stuff until my early 30s. And now I'm on a mission to help as many men as I possibly can to align with their purpose, connect to God, experience true freedom in their lives. So if you want to learn more, check the description. You can join my completely free school community. I have free courses in there, and there's free events, and there's a lot of stuff in there that can help you on your journey. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.